I'm good. I'm good. All right. Welcome to another video. If you haven't been living under a rock, Elon Musk, the inventor, the evil villain who's not evil and who doesn't want to conquer the world and just wants to go to space and nuke Mars for some reason, he announced that he was making a truck a few years ago. And in November 21st of this year, he decided that he was going to show it to the world. Now, during the debut of the truck, the internet proceeded to lose its mind as a collective. Everybody started to go crazy. After a few days, things started to calm down. And people started to critique the truck, and websites were posting about a truck and how it looked and its design and the way that it rolled and its specifications. And people did not like it. I, for one, kind of liked it, but whatever. Designers began to redesign the truck to what they expected it to look like from the beginning. Some of these designs are really good, and they're borderline amazing redesigns of the truck, just taking what already exists and expanding on it, or lowering it and making it wider, because, wide body everything. Shout out to Bill, wide body the world. But there was one question left unanswered. The one thing everybody wanted to know that nobody was asking because nobody cares, but I care because initial D. What if the Tesla Cybertruck wasn't a Cybertruck at all? What if the Tesla Cybercar was actually a cyber hatchback from the 80s with the capacity to tow 7,000 pounds of tofu? Now, I know nobody's asking those questions, but I want to know what that looks like, and I'm here to answer that question today. And I'm going to redesign the Tesla Cybertruck to be a Tesla Cyber hatchback, and this is the beginning of that. So I started thinking, when you flip this thing around, it kind of takes the shape of a hatchback or a triangular shape. So I started out with my sketch. I took the original truck itself, flipped it backwards, and I started sketching everything out and the fenders, getting a really, really rough outline. I thought the nose was a little too short, so I decided to extend it out a little bit more. The window frames needed to be touched up, so I touched those things up, and I'm going in and retouching all that stuff up. I noticed that the A86 from the infamous and the famous Initial D has pop-up headlights, and you cannot not put pop-up headlights on this thing. So I put some pop-up headlights because it needed to be done. All right, don't judge me. After that, wheels, all right, don't judge me. After that, wheels, simple wheels. And then I started to begin coloring this thing in. I put in my base color, because he's only providing it in one color, silver, or that matte metal finish, that unfinished metal look that he was going. And the other color I think that he decided that he was going to roll with, after someone suggested it on Twitter, was like a black matte finish. So that's a thing. After that, I started putting in more color, more gradients, trying to make this look more realistic. Even though it's just a concept. I started out with the back rear fender, and then I started trying to mold that and make it look a little better. The tail end of the car was still kind of iffy to me, and you'll see at the end of the drawing that I kind of shave off a little bit more and more and more of it until I get it to where I like it. I started messing with the side skirts because in the Tesla Cybertruck has some pretty defined side skirts, and I moved now to the front over fender of the tire. If this drawing looks a little rough, I'm using an iPad Pro 2 with a eye pen that's not an eye pen. It's like from, I don't know where it's from. My sister gave it to me. I like it. It does what I need it to do when it needs to do it. Um, I just made the front. What is it called? What's that thing? The front on the thing? Right there? I don't know. You can see it. I'll point to it. The front, the fend thing on the bumper, the lip. God, Jesus. I need to eat. I need coffee. Give me the coffee. All right. And then after I finished the basic coloring, the basic layout of everything I wanted, I needed to put in the person who inspired me to do this drawing. Drift Bay himself, Takumi Fujiwara. Because this is about him. This is about delivering that tofu. This is about getting it to where it needs to get faster than the speed of light, 88 miles per hour. Quick. Super quick. So I'm doing some background drawings. I'm trying to get some trees in there, some foliage. I'm using the weird brushes that Adobe Sketch has available to do that. Some spackling. Some weird lines, and then I start doing the shadows and the highlights in the background of the environment to try to give the piece a little bit more depth. After that, coloring in Takumi, because the boy needed some color, because he needs some sun. He's a little light, if you know what I'm saying. Get them 80s jeans colored in, and I gave him some Vans, because bro, you need some Vans. All right. And that's it. I mean, the piece was pretty much complete. I'll have a file underneath in the description of both the piece with him in it and the piece without it. And you can't complete the look of this car without wheels. And I was thinking about what kind of wheels would be a perfect look for this car. And the best thing that I could come up with would be the perfect look. If you already see it, you can probably tell what they are. But they are the infamous rotiform blade fan wheel things. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I might not be saying that right. So if I'm not, don't judge me. But, I like the outcome. I like the way it looks. You might like it, you might not. It can deliver all the tofu, and that's what we need. We need more tofu. Make tofu great again. If you like this video, give it a like. If you like my content, give me a subscribe. There will be more.